In Texas, Drive.ai's self-driving vehicles will take office workers to lunch. Autonomous taxis can even say thank you to considerate fellow motorists. Every weekday, about 10,000 employees drive to work in office parks in the sprawling suburbs of North Dallas, Texas. Come midday, a lot of those same employees will head to lunch and retail stores at nearby shopping centers in the town of Frisco. The result: crammed parking lots and stress-inducing experiences. In hopes of alleviating these headaches, Craig Hall, a real estate magnate who built this area, first considered running shuttle buses between the two locations. "We thought, why not do a shuttle from here to there?" he said Monday, sitting in the lobby of one of his newest buildings. From there, it wasn't a big leap to, why not an autonomous shuttle? That's easier said than done, considering that autonomous driving technology is scarcely available for public use in only a handful of pilot projects across the nation. But that's exactly what Hall and an assembled group of partners are doing. Come July, 4 self-driving vehicles owned and operated by Drive.ai, a Silicon Valley startup, will run routes between the office park and the Star, a nearby entertainment district that, among other things, contains 30-plus restaurants and the corporate headquarters of the Dallas Cowboys. Portions of the routes will be on public roads. This will mark the first public deployment of the self-driving technology developed by Drive.ai, founded 3 years ago by graduate students from Stanford University's Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. When the Drive.ai vehicles start carrying passengers, they'll join a select number of autonomous projects, such as Waymo's driverless operations in Phoenix and the Joint Lyft, active project in Las Vegas, that have moved beyond the engineering phase and now transport members of the public. Grab, a popular ride-hailing network in Asia, is an investor in Drive.ai, which has also partnered with Lyft. But Drive.ai has developed its own app for this new service, which employees of the office park can use to hail vehicles on demand and be picked up or dropped off at fixed locations. Although this aims to be a true driverless operation, human safety drivers will remain behind the wheel for the time being. Drive.ai will gradually replace them with chaperones, who will monitor the ride and answer questions from riders. At some point that is not yet determined, the chaperones, today's equivalent to the elevator operator of the past, will fade away. Gradually, the number of routes, vehicles, and destinations will expand throughout the town of Frisco. For now, the company's chief executive officer likes that they're starting small. "Let's keep the problems constrained," said Samip Tandon, co-founder and CEO of Drive.ai. "We know there are hard problems. We know we will solve them over time. We know we want to do something today. What brought this fledgling operation to fruition in Frisco, beyond the technology itself, is a series of regulatory and logistics decisions. Last year, Texas enacted a business-friendly, statewide law that paved the way for automated driving deployments. Locally, the city government has sought transportation-related innovations to ease travel through a rapidly growing exurb. Addressing the limitations of AI. Frisco has already partnered with Uber and Waze, and its willingness to work with Drive.ai made it an ideal location for the company's first pilot. One of the more demanding technical challenges for autonomous vehicles is driving through construction zones. Rather than force the issue, the city's transportation department will provide Drive.ai with updates on road closures and construction zones so that routes can be adjusted to avoid them altogether. Avoiding tough scenarios won't scale up to cover large or multiple areas, but for community-based projects like this one, it helps to get started. A construction worker with a sign saying that you should go here or there, that becomes very challenging for an AI to understand, Dandon said. Together, we can shape a much more cohesive and safe self-driving car and do it today by addressing the limitations of AI. They let us know there's a construction site coming, and we can route our vehicles a different way. That's possible through well-designed public-private partnerships, and we can expand the playbook we use to scale over time. Tandon spoke extensively about the limitations of current deep learning technology in artificial intelligence, a refreshing break from the hype dispensed by many Silicon Valley executives. For situations the vehicles cannot decipher, Drive.ai has installed a teleoperations system underpinned by 3 separate cellular connections, which would allow a remote operator to see and steer through complicated situations. That's not to say the vehicles, Nissan NV200 vans outfitted with 4 lidar sensors, 10 cameras, and front-facing radar, can't handle complexity. On a ride along, our vehicle encountered more than a few thorny scenarios on a route shorter than 2 miles. Right out of the parking lot, the shuttle navigated 6 lanes of cross-traffic, waiting for an opening among 3 northbound lanes, pausing at a wide median in the middle of Gaylord Parkway, and then proceeding to cross the 3 southbound lanes. At a traffic light soon after, we encountered a scenario that couldn't have been staged for the purposes of the demonstration. As we proceeded straight through an intersection on a green light, a car headed in the opposite direction made a sudden left turn immediately in front of our NV200, necessitating firm application of the brakes. It was a reassuring sign the vehicle could brake hard when necessary. Overall, though, the shuttle applied a gentle touch that can be expected from only the most seasoned autonomous developers. Best known as a workhorse in the New York City taxi fleet, the NV200 provided comfortable driving dynamics that felt smoother than the rides provided by some others in the field that are running prototypes on comparable closed campus or restricted routes. In prior demonstrations, some of those vehicles have displayed herky-jerky motions. But those companies, such as Navia, for one example, are using larger vehicles that can seat as many as 14 passengers. In its current configuration for Drive.ai, the NV200S will seat 3 rear passengers.